Well guys, this is the fastest growing, most popular segment in cars right now, the CUV segment. And this brand new 2019 Jeep Cherokee has been made to get your attention.
So for 2019, we updated a lot of the exterior. So basically from the B-pillar forward, this is all new, all the sheet metal is new. We updated the front end, especially the front end graphics and sort of the side view profile, and tried to get it to be a little more in line with where we were going on Grand Cherokee and also Compass. So you can see the front end's a little more blunted. We had that sort of shark nose before on the outgoing Cherokee. So that's just been pulled back a little bit. The hood's actually been lifted just a little bit. And it gives the front end just a little more presence, kind of like the Grand Cherokee. The headlamps and grille are updated as well. So again, the grille is integrated into the hood, a little more refined this time. The headlamps are all new as well. These are all LED headlamps with a bi-LED projector. Tail lamps in the rear, those are new as well. Those are also LEDs, as well as an all-new lift gate.
So did you started with the old one and then you decided what you wanted to change?
Yeah, so pretty much we started with the old, right? And we said what we really wanted to do is, you know, we had such a great off-road capability and such great platform. We wanted to keep all the great stuff. So we said, you know, all this active drive systems, that's something we wanted to keep. So we didn't change any of that. So we started with the best of that, and we just wanted to add some of the enhancements of the new look. We really wanted to change the look, modernize the look, and then we wanted to improve the on-road. And that's a lot of the tuning of the suspension and the shocks that we did for the 2.4 and the 3.2.
Right.
We definitely wanted to take weight out, you know, so we took 150 pounds out. We're going to get better fuel economy, probably at least 1 to 2 miles per gallon city and highway on all three powertrains.
So it only had two engines in the last version?
Yeah, we had the 2.4 and the 3.2 is all we had offering. You know, we figured we had a 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder. So now we kept the 2.4 and the 3.2 with some improvements for NVH. And then we added the 2-liter, which really is the best of both worlds. It takes the fuel efficiency of the 4-cylinder and takes the power of the 6-cylinder and puts it all into one engine. Right. So we have an engine that does both efficiency and power. And then
when you tested it out, you have very strict parameters in which you want your vehicles to operate, right?
Right, yeah. For all Jeeps, we have the trail rating scale. So we have very strict requirements from how much it can climb, what obstacles it can get over. Right. And then we measure it. It's quantitative measurements. And before, you know, that red badge for trail rating is something we take very seriously. It's real, it's authentic. When they see that red badge, customers knows it's going to go through all these guys.
So one of the hardest things to get these vehicles to do is go on wet grass, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix.
It seems strange because it's not a challenging surface, you would think, but if you don't get the traction right, you tear up the lawn. Yeah. And get stuck. I remember my dad as a kid having to dig cars out of the lawn because it starts feeling slip and thinks you're in soft ground. You think you're in sand where you can start spinning wheels. But my biggest problem is that I like to do more Baja driving than I do this off-roading. I like to punch it. Yeah. It's not always the best thing to do. No, it's slow and steady. The best advice in these environments is slow and steady. What about the snow testing? Yeah, well, we do cold testing and a lot of low mu. We'd go up in Minnesota, up in Bemidji. So that's where we do all of the electronic controls and stability controls for the snow. And that's fairly standard, you know, from a low mu ice friction standpoint. We do a lot of the similar things for all the Jeeps as far as keeping it safe on low friction. That's obviously a Jeep. People buy Jeeps and 4x4s for that snow performance too. The more practical side. Now you know, not everybody certainly goes on a road or a course like this, but a lot of people drive in the snow. But they have to know they can. Right? Yeah, that's one of the things you do. You know you've got that capability. And then I noticed a lot of people are putting in all these sort of extras here, like, you know, blind spot to go around their trailers and that sort of thing. And so you've got to constantly think about what you're doing next, right? What you have that can go up against the, you know, how people use their vehicles. Now, do you watch what people do with their vehicles, or do you spend your time watching what they ask or listening to what they ask for?
Yeah, well, we do.
There's a big difference sometimes.
Yeah, well, we do. We like when we have things like our Jeep Jamborees, where the real, the diehard folks go to that, and we watch. Like you said, we watch what the guys are doing, and then we also listen, and then we also have forums where we pull in really a lot of the Jeep enthusiasts, where we look at the guys that really know, that really are passionate about Jeep. And we sit them down and we ask them what they like, what they're doing now,
right.
What are some of the trends, and we use that as we're incorporating it into the new cars.
What works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's amazing. You get real world people that go out into the world, not on a controlled course, but in the real world, and what they want.
And the ease of use, you should probably look at buttons and how people use them and what's really easy for them. Because a lot of these cars now getting super automated in what they do and what they need, right?
Yeah, and that's part of the, frankly, this stuff here is from a Jeep enthusiast, it's not exactly the things that they want. It's a little alienating, because a real off-road Jeep guy doesn't want to be able to just hit a button and take it.
Right.
He wants to have he wants to do it himself. He wants to have the skill. He's like, I don't want to just hit a button and then just automatically goes up this huge mountain. Like, that's no fun. So you got to be careful with. You don't want to make it where you're just anybody can do it kind of thing. You want to make it where there's some skill involved.
Now, to engineer something like the Cherokee, do you have to be an off-roader?
The best Jeep guys are diehard Jeep people. Yeah.
The Trailhawk really is exemplifies the ultimate in capability. It's not a big part of our business, but it is one of the most sought after models that we have in the lineup. And the reality is, over a third of our customers tell us that they take their Cherokee Trailhawks off-road at least once a month. And it is a very mainstream segment, and that's why we have the full offerings lineup of the regular on-road trims as well. Generally speaking, our Jeep customer has an active lifestyle, and towing is one of those attributes that we always want to make sure that it's important for the consumers because of that profile of the customer. So we do have best-in-class towing. Equipped with the 3.2-liter V6, the Cherokee can tow 4,500 pounds, which is best in class. What we have introduced for this next generation Cherokee is the all-new 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. Just an absolute phenomenal engine. Not only do you get the fuel efficiency of the 4-cylinder, but you get all the power, all the performance of the V6, and it is an exceptional addition to the lineup. We really packaged this new Cherokee to be an uncompromised value. I mean, we paid very close attention to what the consumers put as their top priorities for their purchase reasons, identified that content, and made more of it standard than ever. So, the value equation of the Cherokee has never been more compelling, and I think that that's an important aspect, along with the capability, along with the technology, along with the utility. And when you couple all those together, I think that that's what really separates the Cherokee from the rest of the segment.
If you look at the air vents on either side of the instrument panel, also the nav unit and the radio unit and the shifter console, spent a lot of time really re-sculpting that area and really bringing about some of the interior finishes and really putting some refinement into those. The center console has been redesigned as well, so there's a little more room for storage in there. We had two color schemes that we came up for 19 that we're pretty excited about. One was inspired by sort of the look and colors of Iceland, with this sort of black on black that references the volcanic rock there, and then also with the satin chrome accents and what we're calling storm blue seat stitching. The Overland gets an interior that's inspired by Marrakesh, so it's a black and brown interior. It's called Dark Sienna. A real nice update for Overland. Lastly, on the rear of the car, cargo volume has been improved significantly. We were able to actually find another 85 millimeters in width. We opened that up, found some efficiencies, and it gave us about 27 cubic feet of extra volume back there. So all these things added up just for some nice updates on the interior.
It's going to be about 30 days before you see this brand new Cherokee in dealerships, but orders expected to be brisk. I'm Nick Miles.